What's up, Steelers Nation? Welcome back to the channel, where we bring you the latest, most exclusive, and most insightful Pittsburgh Steelers content on the internet. Your team is doing everything it can to perfect its game, every move. Every rep, every decision is about one thing: bringing home another Super Bowl. And today, we've got massive breaking news that could shake up our offense even more. Plus, we're diving deep into how Aaron Rodgers is adjusting to life in black and gold, and what Coach Tomlin had to say about it. So before we get into it, smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed for full Steelers coverage all year long. Let's start with the bombshell. Terry McLaurin has officially requested a trade from the Washington Commanders. According to NFL insider Jordan Schultz, the veteran wideout is done negotiating a new contract and is ready for a fresh start elsewhere. He's reportedly looking for a deal worth over $33 million per year, more than what the Steelers just handed DK Metcalf earlier this offseason. Let that sink in. McLaurin wants to be the highest-paid wide receiver in football land. If you ask me, he's earned the right to at least be in that conversation. He's 29 years old, a two-time Pro Bowler, a second-team All-Pro, and outside of his rookie year, he's hit over 1,000 yards every single season. That's consistency. That's elite production. That's the kind of weapon you bring in if you're serious about making a real Super Bowl run. And here's where it gets spicy for Pittsburgh. You already know we made a huge splash earlier by trading for DK Metcalf. But outside of DK, next to receivers are Calvin Austin, 3, and rookie Roman Wilson. Promising guys for sure. But are they ready to be consistent WR2 options right now? That's where McLaurin could come in. The Steelers have 12 projected draft picks next year. We've got capital, and we've got a front office led by Omar Khan. So if McLaurin becomes available, don't rule us out. We're all in for 2025. That means leaving no stone unturned. Now, let's switch gears and talk about the most important player on the roster, Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers signed a one-year deal with the Steelers this offseason. This could be his final ride. And while he didn't join us in spring, he's now fully immersed in training camp, and the results so far have been mixed. Coach Mike Tomlin spoke to the media recently, and here's what he had to say. I like his progress, but certainly we're still pushing forward toward comfort every day. You gotta remember, the guy wasn't here in the spring. He's doing a really good job of dialoguing and communicating with his eligibles, but we'll just keep punching that clock every day. That's honesty right there. Tomlin is saying what we're all thinking: Rodgers is brilliant, a future Hall of Famer, but he's still catching up. He wasn't here in OTAs. He didn't build chemistry with DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, or Jonnu Smith in those early sessions. So now, every rep in camp matters. Rodgers is working overtime to build rhythm, learn the system, and become the leader this offense needs. But here's the thing. Steelers fans, we don't have the luxury of a slow start. Our early season schedule is manageable. Sure, but in the brutal AFC North, every game matters. One bad September could cost us playoff positioning, a playoff spot altogether. Rodgers has to get comfortable and quick. His leadership, his communication with receivers, and his timing will be the biggest deciding factors in whether this offense truly takes the leap in 20-5. So now let's bring it all together. Should the Steelers seriously consider trading for Terry McLaurin? Here's the case for it. You get an elite WR1 half to pair with Metcalf. That duo instantly becomes one of the most dangerous in the NFL. Rodgers would have to elite targets to spread the field and carve up defenses. McLaurin brings veteran experience, playoff hunger, and route-running precision. He's not a developmental guy, he's plug-and-play now. But let's not pretend it's all sunshine and touchdowns. Here's the case against it. McLaurin wants over $33 million per year. Can you afford that alongside Metcalf's deal, Rodgers' cap hit, and a defensive core that includes TJ Watt, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and Cam Hayward? You'd likely have to give up a day-to-draft pick, maybe even a late first-rounder. Chemistry matters. Bringing in a new top-tier wideout mid-camp could disrupt the current offensive install. That said, Omar Khan has already proven he knows how to make magic happen. If there's a front office that can make the money and roster space work, it's Pittsburgh. The real question becomes this: how aggressive do you want to be? If you believe 2025 is the year to win it, all with Rodgers at the helm and a top-tier defense ready to dominate, then you make the move. And if Rodgers retires next year, you still have Metcalf, potentially McLaurin, and a young core to build around for the next QB. It's a bold move, but sometimes the bold ones win rings. So Steelers Nation, let me ask you, do you want the Steelers to trade for Terry McLaurin? Do you think he's worth the draft pick and the money? Would he be the final piece of the puzzle for a Super Bowl run? Or are you comfortable with DK, Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, and Jonnu Smith leading the charge? Also, how are you feeling about Aaron Rodgers so far? Do you think he'll be ready to go come week 1? Or are you a little concerned that he didn't show up in the spring and is still finding his rhythm? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section, because your voice matters. This channel is built for you, the fans who live and breathe Steelers football. Just when we thought the Week 1 matchup against the New York Jets couldn't get any spicier, Jets star cornerback Sauce Gardner just poured gasoline on the fire. Appearing on Up and Adams with Kay Adams, Gardner sent a not-so-subtle warning to DK Metcalf. It's clear there's no love lost between these two elite players. Then their rivalry is about to become must-watch. TV.me and DK don't even talk, Gardner said. When he gets mad about something, he wants to block you here hard. That's his thing. I feel like I can get to him, but that's how he takes his anger out. Gardner isn't just talking trash, he's speaking from experience. The two have already faced off twice in the past, and Sauce has had Metcalf's number in both games. Back in 2023, Gardner completely shut down DK. Just 1 catch for 3 yards. That's it. 5 targets, 1 reception. You don't see a guy like Metcalf get locked up like that often. The rematch in 2024 was a little better for Metcalf, but not by much. He hauled in 4 passes for 66 yards on 9 targets. He had some moments, sure, but Gardner clearly still impacted the game, forcing tough throws and limiting big play potential. Now, flash forward to 2025. DK Metcalf is wearing black and gold. He's lining up as Aaron Rodgers' top target. And he's heading into Week 1 not just with revenge on his mind, but with the hopes of an entire city riding on his shoulders. This isn't Seattle anymore, this is Pittsburgh. This is where legends are made. Let's not forget, DK Metcalf's resume speaks for itself. Through 6 seasons, he's totaled 438 receptions, 6,324 yards, and 48 touchdowns. He's crossed the 1,000-yard mark 3 times and flirted with it in 3 other seasons. The man is a physical freak, a red zone nightmare. And now, with a future Hall of Famer throwing him the football, he's primed for a monster year. And what better way to introduce yourself to Steelers Nation than to torch one of the best corners in the league on national television in Week 1? Let's talk big. Picture for a second. This Metcalf-Gardner matchup is more than just a fun headline. It's going to be one of the defining moments of the opening weekend. In the NFL, this isn't just 2 star players going at it. It's a mental battle, a physical war. It's personal. Now, Gardner's comments weren't just trash talk, they were strategic. He's trying to get under DK's skin before the opening whistle even blows. He knows Metcalf plays with emotion. He knows Metcalf likes to bully corners when he's fired up. But Gardner isn't backing down. If anything, he's daring DK to lose his cool again. And that's where Aaron Rodgers comes in. Rodgers is the calming force in this offense. He's the veteran leader who's going to make sure DK channels that emotion into productivity, not penalties. With Rodgers under center, Metcalf doesn't have to do it all himself. He doesn't have to force anything. He just has to do what he does best: get open, catch the ball, and dominate physically. Let's also remember the Steelers didn't just trade for DK Metcalf because of his highlight reel plays. They brought him in because he's consistent, he's durable, and he brings an edge to a team that needs to be tougher, grittier, and more explosive offensively. This offense, built around Rodgers, Metcalf, Jaylen Warren, and Pat Freiermuth, isn't just here to look good on paper. It's here to deliver results. And it all starts in Week 1 against a ferocious Jets defense that wants to embarrass them out of the gate. That Jets secondary, led by Gardner, is no joke, but neither is DK Metcalf. And now that he's wearing that Steelers uniform, he's not just playing for himself. He's playing for a fan base starving for a return to glory. And hi, if you made it this far into the video. You're clearly one of the real ones. So do us a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you never miss breaking news or deep dive analysis from right here at Steelers HQ. We've got exclusive camp updates, film breakdowns, and more roster news coming your way all week long. Thanks for watching, Steelers Nation, as always. Here we go. See you in the comments.